Hello there and welcome to another edition of Football Everyday, coming to you live and direct from our studios here at Studio V1 Utama. Hello there, I am Zack. In the studio with me, my favourite football players around, Shebby, Singh, Nelsen, and hi guys.
What's up, man?
Hey, Zack.
Yes, obviously.
Welcome back.
Thank you, mate. The name of this name of this show is Football Everyday, and we're all about football. So without further ado, let's get into the football chat. You know, it's all done and dusted now in the Premiership, and Man United have been crowned champions for the third time running. Nelson's very happy. I'm going to start the chat and direct it at Shebby. Shebby, mate, you've been tipping Liverpool to win all season long, and then come to the crunch, United win it again. How do you feel, and do you think United are deserved champions?
Well, first of all, on my predictions for Liverpool, I thought Liverpool had a great opportunity to win the title this season.
That's right.
Liverpool blew it, but I will not take anything away from Manchester United, especially since I've been accused of being a closet Man United fan. They deserve it. I mean, I'll remain in the closet. They deserve it. I mean, over the season, they've had their ups and downs. They went away to Japan, and we thought, they would struggle big time. But somehow Sir Alex Ferguson managed, by getting the best out of the veterans in Scholes and Giggs, for example, getting the best out of teenagers like Welbeck and Makeda, and of course, keeping the core group of players, and yes, there were hiccups here and there, but again, I mean, you cannot doubt the club's pedigree, and you cannot doubt the fact that Sir Alex Ferguson, in my opinion, is the best manager in the world.
Amazing stuff. Well, Nelson, obviously you're in a state of euphoria now at the club, doing it for the third time running. But mate, can you single out a few pivotal performers during the course of the season? I mean, I can think of like Van der Sar's 13 clean sheets. That's pretty pivotal.
Definitely, but I got to agree with I think what Michael Carrick said. It has to be that win against Aston Villa for me. I think they were down, and then from 2-2, Makeda came on.
Yeah,
I think that 3 points was the one that did it, and probably knocked the stuffing out of maybe even not Liverpool. I think Liverpool had won their match before Man U played Villa, and I think that showed the kind of character, as you said, that he's instilled in the United team. Whether it is the young players or the older players in the squad, the more senior players in the squad, I think United have got it all. And I think, I'm not taking a dig at Liverpool fans, but what Liverpool fans have been telling me is that, hey, you guys still didn't beat us this season. But hey, to me, bottom line is, look, but what did Liverpool win? It comes down to titles in the end, right?
Yep.
I know United didn't do well against Chelsea, Arsenal, or Liverpool this season, but I think if you look at the number of points they got from all the bottom teams, the lower teams.
I was also reminded by a Liverpool fan that Man United had 9 1-0 wins, or Man United were lucky. I mean, come on,
you make your own luck in football.
Exactly. Yeah, it is resilience.
I mean, when Mourinho was around and he notched a couple of 1-0 wins, no one said anything.
So I think football has not been vintage Man United, maybe, to be honest, but still they have been a class apart. And for Liverpool, yes, they can whinge and moan about getting maximum number of points and all that. But in Malaysia, we have a saying: "Operation successful, patient dead." That's the best way to describe Liverpool. They think they've had a great season, but they've won nothing.
And I think another key point is that United have managed to compete, to be competitive on all fronts. Minus the FA Cup. Even the FA Cup, they were in the final. With the squad they have, regardless of how they performed against the top 4, correct? I mean, and they're in with a chance of winning another title, probably the biggest one of the season.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking about like a pivotal performance throughout the course of the season. Last year, you had Ronaldo scoring in excess of 40 goals. This year, it seemed to be more of a team effort, I would say. Would you agree with that, Shebs?
Yeah, I think, when we talk about strikers winning games and defenders winning championships, I think this season, yes. Okay, let's take away, one very, very poor performance by Man United and Nemanja Vidic against Liverpool. But that's, back for, never mind the fact that there were so many injuries. Johnny Evans came in, John O'Shea played a sterling role.
Sure.
But it was that defending, how Man United defended, I think allowed the springboard for perhaps players who didn't perform that well, like Ronaldo, maybe Berbatov could have done better, Tevez especially. But like once again, this season for me is the Man United's defending won them the title.
Okay, excellent. All right, on that note, we're going to leave it here for now. When we come back, more football chat, so keep it locked right here on Football Everyday. like the chat about Man United and the league champions and all that, and talk about a club called Arsenal, because recently I've just come back from the Emirates, where I was lucky enough to watch Arsenal versus Chelsea, lads. It was a
yeah,
good
Zack,
trip.
I mean,
it was.
you've come back and you've not come back very, very happy, even though Arsenal doesn't matter to you. But I mean, tell us about your trip there, you know, and the reaction of the fans to another empty season, and moving forward, what does Arsenal have?
Okay, well, obviously, just to tell you, like the reason for my trip was because I went to accompany our very lucky winners from our Gunning for Glory contest.
FC.
Yeah, Melissa Koo and Mr. Arvind Raja, and those two were very happy to visit Emirates. And I'll tell you, Shebby, gotta say, no matter what you feel about Arsenal, I think Emirates is an amazing stadium. It's a class above what I've been to in the Premiership, and it's quite. It took my breath away just how beautiful the stadium was. There was no bad view anywhere in the stadium. You know, if you go to Goodison Park, you can buy half-price tickets or restricted views.
Right.
There's no such thing about this in Emirates, mate. You know, you've been there before.
What
right?
happened on the pitch?
Well, I mean,
all
actually,
went
funny
wrong.
you mention. Well, I'll talk about the game later because we're going to watch a little segment that I shot with our winners and that in Emirates, so you can get a feel of it. But let me tell you something about the pitch, Shebby. Emirates pitch is special in a way because underneath the grass that they've laid on top, they've got a layer of AstroTurf. So basically, the Emirates, there will never be a game called off at the Emirates because of that pitch. It is immaculate. Wow. I'm just wondering why more clubs don't do this. I mean, the grass, the playing surface, you could play golf on there.
I think Wembley could do with that.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what, guys, take a break for a moment. Now we're going to take a look at this segment of the Tiger FC trip to London to visit the Emirates. Just take a look at this.
It's been a superb trip. Being to Arsenal is wonderful. They have a wonderful stadium. The pitch is superb. Everything has been so good so far. I've really enjoyed myself. It's been an honour to be here.
Well, it's absolutely fantastic, you know. A dream come true. And the stadium is certainly magnificent.
And there you have it. Excellent time was had by all. At any time anyone wants to send me back to North London, even if it's to watch Arsenal, the gloomy gooners, I'm your man. I tell you guys, it was an excellent trip, and you can see that Arvin and Melissa really
They
enjoyed
really had
themselves.
fun, really enjoyed themselves.
They had a great
But
time.
gloomy goodness. What happened on the pitch?
Well,
It all went wrong.
I'll tell
That's
you what,
probably the part
Shebby,
Melissa didn't enjoy.
I tell you what, Shebby, it's really funny because when I got back, I read the papers, and this whole week, Arsene Wenger's come out talking about how disappointed and frustrated he is about the home support. And I saw it for myself firsthand, how the Gooners react to their team. I mean, I know North London's populated by yuppies in expensive seats, especially in a place like Emirates, but their behavior was quite strange because they didn't have any songs really, right? I mean, you know, you hear the Cop and they've got You'll Never Walk Alone. The Arsenal fans tend to just groan and moan quite a lot, and they got on the back of certain players. When I was there, I heard Silvestre got a very hard time. Eboué got a tough time, and he wasn't even on the pitch. But Adebayor seems to be the man they like least at the moment. I think all the talk that he's been doing, even when I was in England that week, there was a story where he was saying Arsene Wenger has to buy experienced players, otherwise I may have to consider my options. That kind of story has really lost him, the Arsenal fans, guys.
Yeah, but I mean, don't you think some of that criticism is deserved? The fans have a right to voice their opinion.
Well, I would echo Mr. Wenger. I went to his pre-match press conference before the Chelsea game, and he was asked that very same question, and his stance was like, I keep a distance from players' opinions. I mean, they are paid to play, I'm paid to manage. It was kind of cold, abrupt, and it left everyone in no doubt as to who's the boss there, you know. I mean,
But
Adebayor, guys.
I'm thinking the other way around. I mean, look, if who is Adebayor to make that kind of comment at
He
the
hasn't
moment?
had a great
when by his
season.
standards, he's not had a great season himself. You know.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, we'll come back and chat more about Gooners later on. We're going to take a little break. When we come back, we're going to take a look at this weekend's games and Survival Sunday, which is very exciting. So keep it locked.
News or preference
lots of people to watch and it's hard to feel.
So we're going to move away from the Arsenal chat now. I hope you enjoyed that little video segment we had there. And because we're going to talk about something that's happening this weekend that's very exciting. What is it? Of course, it's Survival Sunday. This is when all the clubs in the bottom four are going to be sweating, hoping to preserve their Premiership status. One of the boys that I'm looking out for, obviously, Sheb, is the fate of Newcastle United. I want to see Alan Shearer cry. Some Action Man tears. Does the man even have tear ducts? I don't know. But like Shebby, don't you have this perverse kind of urge to see Shearer crumble? And
well, my opinion is different. I love to support these, players, these younger managers, because I'm a big fan of Roy Keane. I think over time, he will prove himself to be a very, very good coach. I think Alan Shearer would be. I think the biggest mistake Alan Shearer made was not agreeing to coach Newcastle. I think the biggest mistake he made was getting just about the ugliest assistant.
That's true.
No disrespect to Ian Dowie, but
Ian
Alan
Dowie
Shearer said that himself. He said, I appointed my assistant, not the best looking. Well, sorry.
Guys, let me just set it up for you, okay? In case you've been living on Mars and don't know what the permutations are for Survival Sunday, Newcastle play Aston Villa at Villa Park. Win that game, Newcastle survive. It's that easy for Newcastle. So guys, I put it to you, can they beat Villa at Villa Park? And do they deserve to survive over the course of 38 games?
No. I think, after what's going on there, I've described them as being the Hollywood FC of England.
Correct.
I don't know where they're going to come up with this superhuman performance, or Aston Villa will have to play really, really badly. So even if Villa were to play badly, I don't see Newcastle getting 3 points. Okay. And I think Newcastle have kind of sealed their fate already. Okay.
And the other game that we want to look at is obviously Hull City and the fate of Hull City, who have only spent 1 week in the bottom three, but what a week to spend it in, the last week of the season. The penultimate week of the season.
And Nelsen holds the key here.
This is what's going to happen.
United hold the key.
Exactly. Hull City are going to have to play Man United. The question is, are they going to play Man United or the second string and youth Man United side, Nelsen?
So which team is A, B, or C?
Yeah. No, I think it's going to be B. I think I tell you what, if Hull really go down, right, to me it's really going to be the story of the season. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, look where they were not too many months back. I think and now flying high and all. I think
this is what it's called the tractor beam effect. Any Star Wars fans will know what I'm referring to. They get pulled right down. And
so what's Man United going to do?
I think he's going to put in a mix. I think he's. I think people like Makeda, Welbeck, the Silva twins. I think we'll see some sort of action. But I also think that he's going to put in, as we were talking about before the show, Champions League, those who will be in the running to get into the squad for the Champions League final against Barca next week, you see. So I think it's not going to be all, second string and understrength, so to speak, is what people have been talking about. And I think people like clubs like Newcastle, of course, and Middlesbrough have been saying that, look, please, don't put in a second string side because it's going to be,
But then Sir Alex Ferguson did that in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. So he's every right to do it, I suppose.
Yeah, to me, of course, I think Alex Ferguson has every right to do it because look, you're in the biggest, you're in the final of the biggest club competition there is, and it's not his fault that Middlesbrough have scored only 26 goals throughout the whole season, and like you said, Newcastle have been Hollywood and all. So it's really not his predicament to worry about it.
Yeah. I mean, but obviously there's two other clubs in the mix. There's Borough and I see Sunderland. What do you think about those two teams? Could either one? I mean, Borough look.
No, I think Borough are going down.
Borough look doomed. I mean, they can't score goals, they can't buy goals, and they're away at Upton Park.
And now they have to depend on Hull shipping about 4 goals.
Exactly.
As well as them winning their game at Upton Park.
And Sunderland at home to Chelsea might get something. Now that's one where you look at Sunderland and think minimum a point, but they could get all 3. But again, I mean, it's just too close to call. But I will not miss Hull if they went down. I won't miss Newcastle if they went down either. But I think Borough are the worst ones at the moment.
Okay, guys, I know you said it's close to call, but I'm going to make you stick your necks out, boys. What's your bottom three to go down, Sheps?
I'm going to go with Hull and Borough going down.
Hull, Borough, West Brom.
Yeah.
Nels?
Yeah, Hull Borough.
So
I've actually been bold and I've gone with
Shearer will get
Newcastle
live
win
by-
at Villa Park actually.
Well, I tell you what, everything to play for this Sunday is going to be very interesting. Obviously, Sheps, we'll see you on telly, working
You
that.
will,
Nelson, I will see you next week. This
Yeah.
has been Football Every Day this week. Until next week, ciao.